One of the most memorable running moments to ever occur happened back in 2019 when the great Eliud Kipchoge broke the 2-hour barrier in the marathon in Vienna, Austria. This time improved on his own world record of 2 hours, 1 minute, and 39 seconds, which he set just 1 year earlier in Berlin, Germany. This race and overall production was massive. You had the entire city dedicated to one athletic performance. The race organizers waited for a specific day for ideal weather. The pacers for this race were just downright ridiculous, including many of the world's best runners in many events. And the great Kenyan marathoner himself wore a brand new, previously unreleased version of the Nike Alpha Flies. Nike's new and improved carbon plate technology, also fitted with a small AirPod for even more energy return. Looking back at this race, the effort that went into this one performance was second to none. And even though Kipchoge did see the magical 1:59.40 flash on the screen upon crossing the finish line, this race was unfortunately not eligible for world record considerations. Despite his absolutely stunning endurance ability put on full display here, Kipchoge's sub-2-hour marathon is only placed in the record books with an asterisk, a performance that did break this unrelenting 2-hour barrier. However, the official world record for the 26.2-mile distance still stands at 2 hours, 1 minute, and 39 seconds from 2018. Now, for this performance, Kipchoge once again did the unthinkable. He improved on the previous world record by well over a minute, and he absolutely slaughtered the field by almost 5 entire minutes. And he also ran one of the most underappreciated negative splits in marathon history, running his first half in 1 hour, 1 minute, and 6 seconds, followed by the closing half marathon in 1 hour and 33 seconds. And he did the vast majority of this second half completely alone. Imagine running a 61-minute half marathon with the help of world-class pacers, and even though your lead is already pretty huge, you somehow managed to run the second half even faster. It's honestly hard to believe that this really happened. To put it simply, 2 hours, 1 minute, and 39 seconds has been the one standard for marathon excellence since this race went down. And amazingly, only one other athlete has ever broken 2 hours and 2 minutes, and this performance was of course from Kenenisa Bekele just 1 year later on the same course, who ran incredibly close to Kipchoge's world record, only falling 2 seconds behind with a time of 2 hours, 1 minute, and 41 seconds, a legendary performance from one of the greatest of all time. To this day, Berlin is firmly known as the single fastest marathon course in the world. Out of the top 15 performances in marathon history, Berlin shows up in 7 of these times, meaning that if you're looking to run very, very fast, it's a good bet to choose Berlin to get your new personal record. Since this performance back in 2018, Kipchoge has become the single greatest marathoner of all time. Case closed. He's won a total of 4 Berlin marathons, he's won 4 London marathons, he's gone on to win various other marathon majors, and he's now one of only 3 athletes ever to successfully defend their Olympic marathon crowns, beating the field easily with a devastating surge over the second half. Kipchoge's marathon consistency is second to none, and he seemingly always operates at a historic level when he hits the roads. However, the 2022 Berlin Marathon is unfolding to be slightly different, and in a recent interview, he dropped some pretty strong words concerning his upcoming performance. In this recent interview, he said, "I'm thinking of running a very good race. I always say that if you want to push yourself, come to Berlin. I trust that I have shown to many athletes of the next generation that one day a human being will run under 2 hours in a normal course, like Berlin or somewhere else. I don't like to commit myself. Let us call it a good race. And what I trust is one of these fine days, I might even run under 2 hours as well." Now, breaking the 2-hour mark on a normal world record eligible course would be yet another incredible jump in world record breakthroughs. However, as Kipchoge alluded to in this interview, Berlin is certainly the place to do it. In addition to having a fast and mostly flat course, a very fast time also comes with many other factors. For one, you yourself will need to feel good on race day, a factor that is often completely out of your control. But perhaps even more important is the race day weather, which can be detrimental if the temperatures get too high. Now, coming up in just 6 days is this year's Berlin Marathon, and thankfully, the weather is looking absolutely perfect for this race. As of right now, the expected conditions include little to no wind, practically no chance of precipitation, slight cloud cover for the majority of the race, and for the temperature, it's expected to be right around 7 to 9 degrees Celsius for the start, or right around 47 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're looking for nearly perfect racing weather, this is it. Not too hot, not too cold, and if the clouds can cover the sun for the majority of this race, we're talking about unquestionable world record conditions, the likes of which Kipchoge will likely take advantage of. Now, it should be noted that back in 2018, Kipchoge ran the second half directly into the sun, where the highest measured temperature reached right around 18 degrees Celsius. This is starting to get to the temperature that potentially causes real racing difficulties. But for this Sunday, the expected high is only set to be around 14 degrees Celsius, significantly lower than the 2018 Berlin Marathon. If the weather holds like it's supposed to at this point, Kipchoge has a real chance to throw down yet another incredible time. And given his unwavering consistency, it's only fair to expect another magnificent performance. In his most recent marathon race, Kipchoge displayed yet another masterclass of a marathon, winning the 2022 Tokyo installment in 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 40 seconds. And even though he was already 37 years of age when he did this time now stands as the 4th fastest legal mark ever. Also, it's very important to mention that Kipchoge achieved this time while running in the wrong direction for a significant portion of this race, and yet he still ran a sub 2:03. Also, for the second half, the wind picked up significantly, reaching speeds of around 20 kilometers per hour, even blowing directly into the athletes' faces for much of the second half. These are certainly not ideal racing conditions, but he still made it happen on the streets of Tokyo. And given this race that only took place 7 months ago, there is no doubt in my mind that if he feels good this Sunday, he can attack his own world record of 2:01:39. Now, one of the biggest additional factors that will certainly play a role in this performance is the pacing up front. For his world record, he passed through the opening half in 1 hour, 1 minute, and 6 seconds. And honestly, in order to break the world record, this is pretty much the slowest that he will be able to run if he's looking to drop another all-time best. In both the Ineos 159 Challenge and the Breaking 2 project back in 2017, he hit the halfway point and right at 60 minutes. And yes, of course, this only makes sense because he was actively trying to break the 2-hour mark. I would love nothing more than for Kipchoge to call in the big guns for pacing and go for the sub 2-hour marathon, opening his first half in 60 minutes flat and trying to hold on over the closing stages. But honestly, I highly doubt that this will happen, considering that he has never done this in any major marathon. If Kipchoge simply opens his first half in under 61 minutes and 20 seconds, I think he still has a solid shot at his record. However, if it's any slower, it will be next to impossible to achieve this time. And now I want to hear from all of you. How fast do you think Eliud Kipchoge will run this Sunday? And will he become the first athlete to ever win 5 Berlin Marathon crowns? Leave your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching, everyone. And as always, until next time.